Today, we're going to answer the age-old question that nobody seems to have the answer to until today. And that question is, how often should I post on YouTube to grow my business? Well, there's been a recent study done where they studied 5 million YouTube channels and they said 12 times per month. Now that's 3 times per week in order to actually grow on YouTube. Now, before you start to panic and compare your upload schedule to whatever this study said, give me about 5 minutes to break this down, because that study is a complete big old stinky hot pile of crap. This study that I'm talking about was done by vidIQ, and the reason why I say it's a load of crap is because of how YouTube works as a whole. So, majority of channels, by far, are people that are trying to be content creators instead of contentpreneurs, and there's a big difference, because a content creator just tries to get as many views and as many subscribers as possible so they can get a monetized channel and then cross their fingers and hope that they can make some money from AdSense or maybe a brand sponsorship. So whereas a contentpreneur is somebody that has an offer, a digital product, a community, a course, and they use their YouTube channel solely as a vehicle to drive traffic and leads to their offer. And when you're thinking like a contentpreneur instead of a content creator, then you realize that you don't need to have the most amount of views. You don't need to have the biggest audience. You just need to have the right views from the right audience. So, look, this here is what actually matters. Now, a lot of people think that the more uploads that they do, the more views that they will get, when that's not the case, because more uploads does not equal automatic growth. So, yes, majority of the times, posting 12 times per month or 3 times per week will lead to more views and subscribers, but it's not for the reason why people think. It's not because of your frequency of posting. Typically, it comes down to you finding your outlier faster. And that's what posting at a higher frequency does. Now, when I say that you find your outlier faster, this is what I mean. An outlier is a video that outperforms any other videos that you've posted by far, like 2 times more, 3 times more, 100 times more, right? But this is how YouTube works as a whole. So there's something that's called the 80-20 rule. And this is something that not only works on YouTube, but it's something that simply just seems to be a universal law. But this is something that really applies to business, entrepreneurship, and especially on YouTube. So the 80-20 rule is this. You typically get 80% of your results from 20% of your efforts. And this is the same thing with the YouTube channel. Typically, a small percentage of your videos are going to be the videos that really build your channel as far as audience growth. So typically, people that post more frequently on YouTube, it's not that they're growing because of the schedule that they're posting. They're growing because they found their outlier quicker. And it's typically going to be the few that will get the many of the subscribers and the many of the views and the many of the growth. So posting more frequently, you don't get each and every single video to build your channel, but you'll typically find an outlier faster, and that outlier will be the one video that will help boost your audience when all the other ones are just getting minimal views. And content creators, they're just chasing it. They're just chasing the outlier instead of making an actual catalog, right? So, look, frequency, it helps because of exposure, not magic. So posting more works because it keeps you in the algorithm and it gives you more chances for a video to hit in order for you to find that outlier. And this also builds video habits and it speeds up the feedback loop. So more reps equal more data, which equals faster improvement. So if you are going to post more frequently, or if you are going to post 3 times per week, don't do it because you're chasing vanity metrics. Do it because you want to collapse time and you want to improve faster. So if your competitor is out there and they're posting 1 time per week, it's going to take them a year in order to learn what it would take you to learn in 3 times the speed. So that's where frequency comes in, right? But like I said here, we have the 80-20 principle, to where we get 80% of our results from 20% of our efforts. But this 80% of these videos on YouTube, they're still very valuable, and the content creators aren't seeing that. Why? Because like I said, it's all about building a catalog. So when you do have a lot of people become aware of you from this right here, well, if you don't have anything else of value available on your channel, then you're going to lose them. So YouTube is about thinking long-term, and it's not about thinking about getting the hit right now. You want to be thinking like a contentpreneur, and you want to be thinking, when somebody does become aware of me, I want to have a solid catalog of content, a backlog, to whereas I can continue to deliver to them once they do become exposed to my channel. And that's what's going to actually lift your business, because we're in the trust economy right now. People buy things from people that they know, like, and trust. And there's an effect that I call the binge and buy effect. When somebody typically isn't going to buy from you immediately upon awareness. Now, a small percentage of people do, but the far majority will not. What'll happen is that they become aware of you, then they'll either go to your channel, or how YouTube's algorithm works, once they get good signals from a viewer, which means that they click their video, or they click your video and then they watch your video, well, they're going to start to not only recommend your newest uploads to them, but they're going to start to recommend your back catalog to them also. That's why I love YouTube, because YouTube is the only evergreen, long-term, long-form platform that exists, right? So always think, if you're going to do more reps, don't think that you're doing it for vanity metrics or for audience growth. Think that you're doing it for practice and for reps to get better. And then when you found your outlier, double down on the concepts, the packaging, the ideas of those outliers, and then you can get in a position to where you can actually do less better. So consistency is what we're looking for here. Consistency beats intensity. And YouTube is not a frequency platform, but it is a consistency platform. And a lot of people think consistency and frequency are the same things when they're not. So weekly posting is a strong baseline. That alone can drive real growth. And just think about this. You want to build a relationship with your viewer through the screen. And so many people are losing the word of relationship. So just think about any relationship, period. If you only showed up once per month in any relationship, whether it be romantically, a friendship, a family, working relationships, and then you showed up 1 month, then you didn't show up again until 2 months later, and then you just popped up again a month after that, do you think that there's going to be any trust in that relationship? No, that person's not going to trust in you to show up. So consistency and you showing up weekly builds that trust. So I say a bare minimum that people should be posting is once per week, just to start to build that trust factor with your audience, to whereas when they discover you, they can start to trust in you to be a trusted authority to show up for them, right? Now, you don't need extreme volume, but what you do need is a rhythm. And your frequency of posting, like I said, it's not for the vanity metrics from YouTube. It's for you to catch your rhythm, because this is going to be something that you're going to be doing for an extended period of time. This is business, right? This is entrepreneurship. We can do this until we're old and gray if we choose to, right? So look, what you need to think is, and literally just this past Wednesday, I was having this discussion with my community, and I was telling them about how they need to be thinking about repurposing more so than working more. So think repurpose instead of overworking. A lot of times you don't need to create more, you need to extract more. And what I mean by this is this: You can always repurpose and repackage. And a lot of times people are thinking about concepts and ideas that they can come up with that are brand new in this whole content creation world, instead of thinking about repurposing ideas that have previously worked for them. So a member in my community, he actually has a speaking engagement that he did live. He posted it on his Instagram channel. But I'm like, man, you already know that this live speaking event that you did, it worked, right? He captivated the crowd in person. He made money in person. And then he posted it on a short form platform, clips from it, highlights, made money from that. Think like a few $100, made money from that. And then he's thinking about all these YouTube ideas that he can come up with. I'm like, bro, you have material that you already created and have the recording of. Repurpose it. If it worked in person, repurpose it, post it on your YouTube channel. Create a hook, record a hook to grab somebody's attention, then you can just have that entire speaking engagement on your channel. That's repurposed content. You already know that the message that you said captivated a live audience that most likely will captivate an audience on YouTube. And then what are the points within that video? You can make new videos about the points that you made there. I call it Mexican food. So if you think about Mexican food, right, which is my favorite food, you take a burrito, you got a burrito. But if you dump all the contents out of the burrito and then you fry the tortilla and you dump the contents of the burrito onto the fried tortilla, now you got nachos. You take that same tortilla, make it a little skinnier, put sauce on top of it, cheese, you got an enchilada. You take that same tortilla, put the stuff here, put another tortilla on it, lay it real flat, press it, you got a quesadilla. But it's all the same ingredients that are giving you all these different menu items. That's the same thing with stuff that we create, with stuff that we put into the world. We don't always have to come up with new things. We can repackage and repurpose things that we've already created, and that will also help us stay consistent on YouTube as well. And it's all about you creating sustainable systems over aggressive schedules. And system is an acronym. System stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money. As a contentpreneur, you have to have systems thinking more so than creation thinking, right? So why do we need to create these systems for ourselves? Because there's so many content creators out there that are getting burnt out. And burnout is the number one killer of YouTube channels. And then they have these unrealistic schedules that they place for themselves that leads to quitting. So think, longevity is the real growth strategy. You can't treat YouTube like some short form platform, because typically, yes, there always is an anomaly. There always is an exception to the rule. But the rule, and just how YouTube is performance-wise, it's going to take some time. Even when you post a video, Instagram, TikTok, you know within the first hour if it's a winner or a loser. You know within the first day if it's a winner or a loser. You don't on YouTube. Typically, if a YouTube video is going to perform well, then it's going to perform well later, not the day that you post it. It's going to perform better 4 days from now, a week from now, a month from now, 3 months from now, literally a year from now, right? But if you're thinking like a contentpreneur, then you know that you don't really need the biggest vanity metrics as far as views, because every single view is the right view from the right person, because you're only making content for your intended customer. You're only making content about the problems that your potential customer or your lead has, and you're making the stuff that they are searching for. You're making the stuff that they are looking for. You're making the stuff that you already know that they want to watch. Therefore, YouTube's algorithm will place you in front of them. And if you just get on a low level, 1,000 views a video, you can have a successful business. One of the biggest inspirations on why I started what I'm doing right now on YouTube is that I came across this YouTube channel, this guy up in Vancouver, Canada. He had a YouTube channel of about 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers. He had a $30,000 per month business. was only getting about 500 to 1,000 views per video. Now, a couple years later, I think he has like 40 something thousand subscribers, but he has a 6-figure per month business. You think he's out here worried about how many views he's getting? And guess what? Baseline on his videos, still around 1,000 to 3,000 views per video. He doesn't need to have the biggest views, but a content creator would look at his channel and be like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. Look, he doesn't even get any views, but he's only getting the right views because he has an offer and he only makes content solving the problems and introducing his audience to his offer. Back when he had 5,000, 6,000 subscribers, he only needed 300 people in order to make $30,000 per month, which is a base mark that I set for anything that I do, $1,000 per day. I'm like, if I can make $1,000 per day with this, let me go ahead and do it. 300 people, that's doable. You don't need a large audience for that, but you need to think long-term, right? So think in touch points as well, not in uploads. So there was a study done by Google that said on average, it takes somebody around 7 hours of consuming content in order to make a purchasing decision, right? So if I'm thinking this, I'm not thinking of frequency of upload. I'm thinking of touch point per lead. That's why I want to focus on making quality content and have a catalog of there, and then let time do what time does. Right? A lot of people, they're always wondering, how long is it going to take? And then they spend so much time procrastinating over how long something's going to take when the time is going to pass anyways. Don't worry about it. Let time do what time does. But I do get messages pretty much on a weekly basis of people that have binged this 7 hours of content of mine within a day. Why? Because I focus on having a catalog of content to whereas when somebody does become aware of me, or when I do have that outlier that brings in a large amount of a new audience, I have all this catalog available to them. And then they go back and they look at all these videos that to a content creator doesn't look like it has a lot of views. And then they're like, man, this is a game changer. Man, this is a gem. Man, why isn't this viral? Man, this is the best video I've ever seen in my life on YouTube. Oh, bro, you the best kept secret. It's strategy. It's because I built the YouTube system around what I call the binge and buy effect, around truly adding value to people, and around just letting time do what time does. And when somebody is ready to make a purchasing decision and really change their life, then they'll buy it. But I let them do that within their time, because you're going to meet somebody at a different point upon their journey. But if you're wondering how long something's going to take, you're not going to be creating the valuable assets for them to consume on YouTube. Somebody's day one of meeting you could be somebody else's day 47 of meeting you. Day 47 might make a purchasing decision. Well, day one, it might take them 27 days, but you're going to have new people becoming aware of you each and every single day. So that's why you need to think touch points more so than frequency of posting. So a lot of times you don't need more videos, you need more presence. And that comes with having an actual strategy and, excuse me, and knowing what people want to consume. So you can just make the stuff that you already know that they want to make. Then you can get the algorithm to work in your favor, because YouTube would just start to place your stuff in front of people because they're already looking for it. So always think to play the long game. Think evergreen, think skill, and think letting time do what time does. That's letting consistency compound. Let me grab a little water right here. I feel like I'm spitting too many hot fire like line out of my mouth right now. I gotta cool some stuff down. So just think, always remember, this is not a sprint. It's a true digital asset build. And that's what I want you to think of your YouTube content as. A digital asset, because it truly is. I don't even have the biggest YouTube channel yet, but on a monthly basis, I get paid more from my small YouTube channel than multiple real estate properties. Just the other month, I got paid $4,000 just from AdSense dollars. That's not even the sales on the back end. A lot of people don't know in real estate, on a single family house, let's say good cash flow is like $300 to $400, $500. Oh, you killing it. That's what you being in debt, paying property taxes, insurance, repairs, all that type of stuff. I'm like, oh, I can create a digital asset of a YouTube channel, get paid cash flow just from the views, but that's just a little cherry on top because I'm not a content creator, I'm a contentpreneur. So that's just a little extra money on top. Plus, this digital asset that I'm building right here is leading people to another digital asset of my digital product or your community or your course, whatever it is that you create. And then you have a compounding effect to where your business is growing as well as your marketing channel is growing, but your marketing channel is paying you to build your business that's paying you instead of you having to pay for marketing. Years ago, when I used to run ads, the most amount of money that I've spent on ads in a single month is a little over $100,000. Just the other month, I would have had to spend $50,000, around $45,000 to $50,000 in ads for the same amount of impressions and eyeballs that I got from my micro niche YouTube channel. And I got paid $4,000 for it instead of paying $45,000 to $50,000 for it. So think that you're building an asset that will go hand in hand to build another asset for you, to whereas both of those assets will compound over time. So the real message that you need to understand is that posting more works, but only if you can sustain it. So a lot of people, they're here, post 3 times per week, instead of what they should hear is get more reps without burning out. So it's not about just posting more. It's about you actually creating systems. It's about you actually repurposing ideas and content. It's about you thinking about long-term and evergreen and making evergreen content something that can not only be consumed today, but something that can be consumed tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, 3 years from now. And always think business first thinking. Always think contentpreneur instead of content creator. And don't chase volume. Build a system that produces consistently, just like all them that you see on the screen right now. And if you're ready to turn your YouTube content into consistent digital product sales, then go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this Credit at the Top community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. And go ahead and check out this video right here for a free course that gives you a complete step-by-step system on how to create a digital product and use YouTube as the engine to drive traffic to it. It's Credit at the Top.